is committed to negotiations with its cast members, the company's term for employees. Well, let's speak to Robert Niles, editor of Theme Park Insider and a former employee at Walt Disney World in Florida. Thank you for joining us on the program, Robert. So just talk us through what are the key issues at play here with this vote?
The primary issue is, as always, pay, including starting pay. The pay that the Disneyland employees negotiated in their last contract was a good pay raise for them, but I think the success that they had inspired people in other communities to lobby to increase minimum wages that governments mandate, to the point now where a lot of Disneyland cast members aren't making much more than that. So with this negotiation, they're looking for another pay bump that will help address the rising cost of living in Southern California.
And just tell us some of the challenges that employees at Disney operations face. I'm thinking about the theme parks in particular. Some workers talking about having to be homeless. Around 1 in 10 workers, I understand, have said they've had to be homeless whilst working for Disney.
Yeah, a lot of cast members are making even under $20 an hour, which might sound like a lot, but it's not uncommon to see a two-bedroom flat or apartment in Southern California costing, almost $3,000 a month. So you've got people who not just need to share an apartment, but need to share bedrooms in an apartment in order to afford to have a place to live. Now, obviously, this isn't limited to Disney, but Disney's a very successful company, and a large portion of their success is due to the work of their cast members. They're literally the people who make the magic for the millions of people who visit every year. So they want a taste of that success. They want some of those profits to come down to them to make their lives a little bit easier as they try and navigate living in Southern California.
And Disney has said that it's open to negotiating with its employees and the trade unions. How do you see this playing out?
Well, I think the strike authorization vote is important because that gives the union a negotiating tool that they haven't had yet, to go to Disney and say, hey, we're serious here. If we don't get the deal that we need, we have the authority to order a walkout once all of these contracts expire. And that would be something that would be quite devastating to Disneyland. I don't know that they'd be able to operate anywhere near the efficiency they need without these 14,000 cast members on the job.
And I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, that there hasn't been a strike like this for 40 years. If it does go ahead, what kind of an impact would it have?
Obviously, it would have a huge impact on not just Disneyland, but tourism throughout Southern California. Disney, obviously, as a major film studio, just went through a huge strike last year with actors and writers out on strike, but that didn't affect their ability to put films in theaters or have TV shows for people to watch. With the strike at Disneyland, that park is not going to be able to operate at the same capacity. So this would be a much more direct, immediate revenue impact on the Walt Disney Company.
Thank you very much. That's Robert Niles, editor of Theme Park Insider. Thank you for joining us on BBC News.
Thank you.